They say those who forget history are doomed to repeat it. I have a very strong feeling about that, seeing as the first time I recorded Darkest Dungeon, OBS screwed up and deleted the first episode. OBS has once again screwed up, but this time I think I found a way to circumvent it. So the video may be a bit choppy, but I have found how to fix it, and this is my test file. So let's delete this and start a new file. New Game Plus this time. Because, yeah, welcome back to Darkest Dungeon. And this is going to be called the Hanamura Estate. Because, unless you're Dem, you won't get this joke, but yes. Here we are on the old road. And, I forgot. I should turn this off. Hang on 1 second. Yeah, let's turn those tutorials off. Can't change anything because it's New Game Plus. So now, I feel like there's one thing we need to do before we start this campaign. That's right, we need to rename these units because in the first original game, in the normal game, we have Reynold and Dismas, and this is canonical. This is like what happens after the game, I believe. So Reynold and Dismas were part of the first story. Second story will consist of Dem and myself, because I asked Dem if he wanted a unit and he said yes. And we've always done it how Dem is this guy and I'm this guy. I will be giving each specific unit in this game a special name, so if you want your own unit, comment in the comment section and ask what unit you want and a specific name, and I'll give it to you if it's available. So let's start with Open Vein because we really don't have any options here. It was a decent chance to get an attack over his priority, but lucky dodge anyway. I was recording this with OBS Studio in my test, and the frame rate was absolutely horrible. Okay, so it's New Game Plus. Instead of the Bandit's Tent, we get this, the Transcendent Terror. Surely nothing good can come of a dialogue with the dead, and that is completely right. All you get for talking to this thing is plus 100 stress. So I'm not going to do that.
An ambush. Send these vermin a message. The rightful owner has returned, and their kind is no longer welcome.
So I'm going to start with a tracking shot on the Brigand Fusilier, because a critical hit with pistol shot will one-shot. And that is plus 5 crit, added with Flintlock's 5% base. And pistol shot means a 20% chance to get a kill on this guy, seeing as with the accuracy buff, not likely to miss. We'll start with Bulwark of Faith to both buff Dem's attack and prevent taking too much damage from point-blank shot, because you know what's going to happen. Oh, Rain of Whips. According to the AI list on the wiki, this guy has a 3 times more likely to use point-blank shot than he is to use any other skill. I bet you didn't know that. And I failed to kill this guy. Oh well, I can just kill him with tracking shot or grave shot blast next turn. And I'm not going to use Stunning Blow on this guy because it's only a 50% chance. I'd rather have the guaranteed damage. 14. It's really worth it with the Warrior of Light buff. Normally I would douse the Torchlight to I would have doused the Torchlight 3 times so that I'd be at what? 12 less light than 25, so 13. When fighting the first Brigand to get more treasure, but this is New Game Plus, so I have to be a bit more cautious. And Reynold and Dem went before me. He got a speed roll of 8 or something like that. Grape shot, not going to miss because of the accuracy buff from tracking shot. Yes, I use tracking shot sometimes. This bleed isn't going to matter. What does matter is the stress that he's piling on. I'm going to use... Actually, Dem will probably kill him, so I'm going to try for a crit. Nah, I kind of wanted the stress relief from the crit. Oh, come on, you had a good chance to kill him with that attack. Instead, you get hit by a point-blank crit. That's not good for the stress handling. And death.
Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
No key. You can sometimes get a key from these guys, and which means you can open this and you get 2 free trinkets. It's very rare to happen. Also, I'm eating food because I think No, don't take my word on this, but I think you have less chance of getting negative quirks the higher your health is. I mean, it makes sense. And 5,000 gold and extra stuff. Deeds right off the bat, which is a great start. And please get a positive. I would really like Precise Striker. Hi, Romania. Well, that's Reynold for you. Except it's Dem. So, I'd like to address the elephant in the room. I've already Let's Played this game. Let me move my mic a bit. Yeah, I've already Let's Played this game. I did it, like, immediately when it came out onto the full version, which was when you could go into the Darkest Dungeon. I'm redoing this because I used my old crappy microphone, which I'm currently using as a headset, because it's like a little tiny earbud headset that has a tiny little microphone, and I'm using my $150 microphone that I splurged on because I wanted to improve my channel's content. Death list, this isn't going to go past 5. I guarantee it. I'm just going to get these texts out of the way, and let's look at our units. It was really good that we got deeds off the start, so I don't have to trade in, like, anything in order to increase it to 4 per turn. Not 4 per turn, 4 per week. Because 4 per week, even though you may think, oh, 3 is decent because you can reject 1 per thing, this means that you can get better units quicker because, you know, more chance of getting precise strikers and other stuff like that. Hero barracks, not very important, just, like, we only have 4. So I went and checked off these heroes a bit, and unfortunately we started with another kleptomaniac, which is absolutely terrible. I'll be dumping off this Vestal as soon as possible. She has hard-skinned, but, you know, we don't have the Sanitarium available to get rid of Kleptomaniac, and I mean, 1 Kleptomaniac is bad enough. And this guy has the Yip, so he's going to lose 5 accuracy. Not the biggest loss, because the Plague Doctor has pretty good accuracy, but still, I'm the best unit we have right now. I'm also the best player we have right now. Anyway, normal mission. So it doesn't matter which order we put these in, really. I could put the Vestal in front to use Illumination, but it doesn't really matter because I'm not going to use Illumination anyway.
The cost of preparedness, measured now in gold, later in blood.
And yes, this is the same scripted mission that you get every single time. So I'm going to get 1 shovel so that we can break past the second set of rocks. I'm going to get 1 key so that we can open the first chest if Reynold or... what's the name of the Vestal? Vadaville. Yeah, I'm not naming these until I get, like, comments that can say that they want them. Yeah, in case one of them steals the key, and I'm going to grab 1 torch because I'm going to run it low light. I'm not going to douse the torchlight, but I'm just going to use low light anyway. This mission is the exact same every time. I'm going to... on the 3rd slot, it's going to have a torch, and the chest is going to contain a shovel and something random.
Finding the stuff is only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
I'm going to douse the torchlight once so we get more loot.
Leave nothing unchecked. There is much to be found in forgotten places.
Because these skeletons are really no threat. They have higher health than the basic really a resist. Well, that's a great start. And a minimum hit. Really? Luck is just not on my side right now.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
So yeah, basic 2 skeleton enemies. Phone going off. Normal things.
Marish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
So shovel and holy water, jade, and picture. Not bad. I'm not going to run in 0 light. In fact, I'm going to keep it above this threshold, hopefully. Except I'm going to encounter it in low light when I fight this little fight here. Still surprised him though. That's good. So I want to take out the coal stack light first because we can deal with health, we can't deal with stress. It's okay, so that's 7, and minus 4 is 3. We can take 1 hit from her. I mean, that's what we can afford. Because I'm going to have to place some of these guys in stress relief anyway after this mission. I'm going to have a whole bunch of new units, and I don't want to waste a turn attacking with someone that doesn't need to attack her. Because she's going to die right now. Vestal is an okay target, I'm just going to dump her off anyway. She's expendable. I don't like dumping units, but I don't want more kleptomaniacs. Okay, so that's 1. I can spend some time healing because I'm going to go before this guy. tracking shot cannot hit there, or grape shot anyway. Kind of wanted grape shot so that I didn't have to do like other thing.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
That's a tactic that I use that not many people know how that works, but if you use an AoE attack and it hits like 2 corpses and it crits one of them, you will get no stress relief. But if it hits a normal unit and it crits the corpse, you will get stress relief. So take that into account. Also, this room is guaranteed to be like no enemies. I already know what this is. This is stress relief. This is a key chest. So let us hope that there is no kleptomaniac stealing this key. And Reynolds stole the key. Great. Yeah. Using a torch because there is a fight in this room and I want to not fight them in pitch black because that's just generally not a good strategy. Even in this mission where everything is scripted, just don't fight in pitch black unless you have higher level gear. Because that's when the game starts to get out of your control. And when your control slips on the game, you'll start losing units and health and money. Well, you'll be getting money, but you'll be having to spend it on new missions and junk. Okay, so she's dead. Illumination to increase the torch, probably not. Just want to take out this skeleton because crits from these guys are deadly. How much damage can I deal with the Zealous? 3 to 7. I'll take a gamble.
A decisive pummeling.
That was pretty good. Okay, so Cold Acolyte is dead. Cold Sprawler is dead.
Broken.
That's good.
Maintain the offensive.
And I'll get a heal off for 1 point. Hey, every little bit counts. Oh, beautiful. 5. Okay, so we're at full health. Stress is a bit of an issue. Then again, when isn't it? Also, take note of how many disease charms I get throughout this playthrough. I'm going to be getting a lot of them. Sure, I'll douse the torch, like the 3 little pieces of torch. I'm going to use a torch here for a Hope Scout to find the trap. This doesn't improve scouting. No, it doesn't. Okay. And you got the scout anyway, because there's a trap in this hallway, guaranteed. Ooh, good double scout. That's good. Okay, so, Dismas, or me, disarm trap, because I, of course, have the highest trap disarm, because I'm a highwayman. And there's food in here.
Wonders can be found in the most tenebrous corners of this place.
My phone is going off like crazy. And, pray for no one to steal this food. Hey, no one stole the food, so we can backtrack and come to here. There is a lot of food in here. And guaranteed food proc here. There we go. Yeah, this is kind of like me explaining everything in this mission. So there's going to be a bone courtier in here. There's going to be a bone marksman, I believe. A bone soldier and a bone defender here. And we need this shovel, which is why I bought it. But there's another chest in here, and if it's good, we'll be able to get good stuff. Hopefully. Now, we're going to fight in pitch black here, which isn't good. But as long as we can take out this guy, we're good. Okay, I hit a 4, that's not good. Plague Doctor. Oh my god, he dodged. Of course, because I'm losing 5 accuracy because of his stupid yips. Yips is apparently something that you get from playing golf a lot. So he's been playing golf. Now I know why Plague Doctors don't go clubbing more often. And if you get that reference, then I will be Let's Playing that game eventually. Call it out in the comments section and I will acknowledge you. Or I probably won't, actually.
Mortality clarified in a single strike.
And this is why I don't like Bone Soldiers, because they deal so much damage in so little time. Okay, Grape Shot. Of course he dodged. Why wouldn't he? I should have used Tracking Shot, to be fair, for the extra stats. I want to take this guy down because a Plague Doctor Plague Grenade will kill him. It's not going to miss twice. Quarrel is not that much of a threat since he can only be hit by the Bone Marksman and the Bone Courtier. Because this guy can only hit the front 3 slots. I'm gonna go for a Stunning Blow on the Bone Defender. Everything has bone in it. Obviously I am boned. Okay, these 2 die. Noctis Blast will kill the Bone Soldier. Okay.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its
Should I try for another stun? Sure. There's really no downside to trying for stuns on this unit because he's so weak. Yeah, just gonna do that. I kind of need to heal up here because we are going to backtrack to go and grab the fountain, and that's a crit for 8. It's pretty good. A crit for 6 would kind of be a kick in the nuts because it's like, oh hey, it's 1 point higher than your maximum. And now we can bleed him, except we still can't. I'll take the stress relief.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Of course it's trapped. And we are going to eat some food while we go back. So I'm going to cut this out and go to this room. Let's see, 90% chance to disarm trap. And we got it. Okay, that's pretty good. And now we're about to enter this room, which means we can eat up all the food that we have, because we really have no use for it after this. Should have been feeding it to myself, because I'm like the most important unit. Me and Dem are like the units that I'm not going to ditch off, because while I have quick reflexes and hard noggin, which are really good things, Dem has Warrior of Light, which is really great late game. I'm going to start off with a tracking shot, just for the more accuracy, because this guy has 5 dodge, which you may think, oh, it's not that bad. Honestly, it really is. At the start of the game, that's like a whole upgrade of your skill wasted, just because he has a tiny amount of dodge. And we've seen how much 5 accuracy can screw you over with that. Yips. That was unfortunate. That was even more unfortunate. Do not want you getting a critical hit as well. I swear, if you crit... Okay, you got like maximum damage. Oh wait, no you didn't. Maximum damage is like 12. But still, it's not good. So, let's see. That's going to deal potentially 11. Oh wait, no, 12. No, 11. I forget how the math in this game is not correct. Well, it is, because it's like 8 points something. Okay, so I have 3 health left. I'm not worried, because we can just kill this guy and Dem will smash him with his stunning blow. And he's dead. The stun was like completely worthless. So now we can spend a bit of time healing. Don't know why I decided to use Grave Shot last, honestly. So I can basically keep myself out of the... yeah, I probably want to bring myself on a mission next, so I'll use a Holy Water, remove like a lot of stress, and you know what, I'll go and grab this treasure before I leave. If these guys don't steal it, I knew they would. Why do I keep them around? And those were deeds, I needed those. God damn it. We got 21 heirlooms right off the bat, like one portrait, 4 busts, 16 crests. And we got a decent amount of treasure too. Now let's pray for good quirks. Manslayer, really good early game. Thin-blooded is trash, light sensitive is... it doesn't really matter because he's a plague doctor. He's not going to be dealing direct damage. Might as well let that get locked in. So, Tavern is unlocked. Luckily, the Caretaker is not taking up the slot in the Abbey, so Dem can be healed of stress. Let's see who we get in the stagecoach. Hey, Vestal, guess what? Get out of here.
Turn yourself now to the condition of those poor devils who remain.
So, we get a Vestal, who is kind of like Picard. Just remove this. Lurker, which isn't good. On Guard, which is pretty much one of the best quirks in the game. Egomania is really not that bad. I don't even remember what it interacts with. All I know is that it interacts with the bones in the Warrens and the confession booths in the Ruins. That's all I know it interacts with. So we have 2 bounty hunters, Ruins Tactician, Guilty Conscience, and Plutomania. Those aren't really that bad. And you have Meditator, Off Guard, Stress Eater. Well, I know who I'm getting.
The thrill of the hunt. The promise of payment.
And we have a thick-blooded beast slayer. Stress eater with deviant tastes. Probably not going to be taking him. Let's get Dem some stress relief. You know what, I'm going to upgrade the Transept by 2 points because Dem is going to be needing to do that quite a bit.
Atomic against the bloodshed.
And we have a party lined up for the next thing. But right now, I think that's enough for this episode. Even though it's a short episode, it's a starting episode, and I just realized my mouse was not capturing this entire time. Hooray. It doesn't really matter. So I'll see you guys in the next video, where we'll be taking on... You know what, let's take a quick look at the next mission we're going to be taking on. We can take on a skirmish, a scout, steady bracer, pretty good early on, and an explore and a cleanse. So we're going to be doing this cleanse next time. We'll be taking this steady bracer, and we'll be going to give it to probably the Vestal. So I'll see you guys in the next video, where we're going to be going to this mission, and hope you like the series. And yeah, see you guys in the next video. Bye.